Patek Philippe is known as the world's #1 watchmaker. Not only are the watches complicated, as in so many different pieces put together, but they are considered as some of the most valuable watches on the market. With the company being valued at around $3 billion, their watches start anywhere from $21,000 all the way to $9 million. But more than anything else, the journey of how the company started is even more interesting. It all started with Antoni Patek, born in 1812 in Poland. He eventually fled Poland in the mid-1830s and soon sought political asylum in Paris, before moving to Geneva, Switzerland. In case you didn't know, Switzerland is the epicenter of watchmakers, even 20 years ago, all the way to 200 years ago. Antoni Patek wanted to be known in the watchmaking industry, so he slowly started purchasing high-quality movements to mount on his watch cases. After a couple years, he opened up his first company, Patek Philippe & Co., and they created 1,120 watches for the people. But everything changed in 1844. That was when Antoni Patek went to Paris for a watch exhibition. There he met Adrian Phillipe. Mr. Phillipe had a reputation for designing extremely thin pocket watches. In addition, watches that could be wound with the crown. And this created a lot of respect in the watch community for Mr. Phillipe. As time went by, Mr. Patek and Mr. Phillipe decided to join forces, and in 1851, they created Patek Philippe & Co. As the company quickly rose to become #1 and started to gain mass recognition in the community, Philippe wrote a famous book about his keyless pocket watch. And this created a reputation of their company and them being known as watch experts. While Patek traveled internationally to market his watch company, the biggest question they had was, how can we make this brand a staple, not only in Switzerland, not only in Europe, but to the rest of the world? And the brilliant idea to expand their international reputation came in 1851, when they officially decided to travel to the United States and begin working with Tiffany & Co. To this day, they still have their partnership, but that was the turning point when they entered the World Fair in New York City. It was there that they received a silver medal for their innovations. And a decade later, in 1861, they created the stem winding watch with an extremely durable mainspring. This spring that led to the first ever self-winding watch. They both remained committed to the development of the company, and in the same year, they patented the keyless stem winding mechanism. It was such an amazement to the watch community that it was awarded a gold medal at the Universal Exposition. And can you believe it? A decade later, in 1870, they would create the first ever watch that displayed multiple times, creating a reputation of the first ever universal watch. Although you might think this is something ordinary, it was extremely popular. Why? Because it was appealing to businessmen that would travel all over the world. Because of this, Patek Philippe soon became regarded as the world's first premier watchmaker. It wasn't just an ordinary watch, but their watches were known for sophistication and pure elegance, and only for the elite of the elite. For those who wanted a watch that could do everything possible. Please comment below on what you think about this video, and if you think their watches, what you would rate it, and if they are #1.